I decided to spend a night at Maggie May's Resort because I wanted the full experience. Would I actually get it? Well, let's just say the night ended with me meeting a wonderful woman and somehow also making a like-minded friend, who I still exchange idea with today. But let's start from the beginning. I checked into the resort with absolutely no idea what the evening would bring. I've been to quite a few gentlemen's clubs in Pattaya, so obviously I had some idea of what to expect. But this evening actually turned into something more than just another gentlemen's club experience. Early in the evening, a few of us were sitting around the pool. A band was playing in the background. The service ladies were bringing cold drinks, and occasionally the conversation became so dirty that you almost needed to jump into the pool just to cool down, you know. The band consisted of 4 women and 1 guy playing the keyboard, and their table was absolutely covered with bottles of Hong Tong and Samsung with mixers. Meanwhile, you could smell the pig roasting on the grill all around the resort. So I just enjoyed the last few hours of daylight around the pool before it was time to continue the evening inside the gentlemen's club. I went back to the room, took a shower and changed my clothes. By now I was looking forward to seeing what the club actually had to offer. I had already ordered quite a few beers during the day and I had been inside just for a quick look around. And yes, I could definitely confirm that was a gentleman's club. The difference was that this time I had decided to spend my entire evening there. Normally when I in central Pattaya, I bar hop quite a lot. I rarely stay in the same place all night, but tonight was different. As I walked back through the pool area, the band was still playing. By now they were getting pretty drunk and somehow I ended up having a little dance with one of the singers. Well, not a bad start. Well, eventually I managed to cheer myself away and headed for the entrance to the club. The moment I walked through the door, I was hit by the beautiful cold air from the air conditioning. The music was loud and the service girls definitely seems to be having a party. One of them came over, found me a place to sit, and I ordered a Samsung apple. I told her I just wanted to sit for a while, have a drink and settle in. But of course a few of the service ladies stopped by to say hello and check if I wanted some company. But I had already noticed someone. After a couple of drinks I waved her over, and to my surprise she looked slightly confused. But eventually she came over anyway. I bought her a drink and we started talking. Her English was basically non-existent, so when I tried asking whether she might be interested in taking a walk somewhere, a little more private, nothing. She went over and got one of the other service ladies who sat down next to me and explained the situation. Apparently, this woman sitting next to me wasn't actually one of the regular service ladies. She apparently thought I was very charming and wouldn't mind getting to know me better, But first she wanted to party with her friends for a while and get a little more drunk. And suddenly I noticed the obvious. She wasn't wearing the same clothes as the other service ladies. She was dressed way more modest. And she didn't have that name badge like everyone else. I felt slightly stupid. But at the same time, this had suddenly become much more interesting. Eventually she came back over and we had a few drinks together. We discussed some very deep and intellectual subjects, like Socrates and, the fall of Roman Empire. The usual gentleman club conversation. She was actually really good company, and eventually she seems to find enough courage for us to take that little walk somewhere more private. Well, we had some very long and extremely deep conversations there. Exactly what those conversations involved, well, that have to remain a mystery. When we eventually decided it was time to return to the club, we walked back together. I sat down at the bar and had one final drink with this wonderful creature before sending her back to her friends. I looked around the room. More customers had arrived, and a group of younger guys were playing pool, and the party had definitely become a little wilder. The Thai music was playing and the service ladies were absolutely loving it. But suddenly, another customer sitting in the bar became really annoyed with the music. He changed it to some 80s pop instead. He was a little older and my first thought was, oh no, not a grumpy old man. But when I started talking to him, it turned out we had a surprising number of things in common. In many ways, we were actually quite like-minded. Somehow, what had started as a night at a gentleman's club turned into several hours of discussing British politics. I'm Danish, but I follow British politics quite closely. I know most of the politicians and I'm pretty familiar with the different issues that could potentially cause some serious trouble in the country. So we just kept talking and talking. The lovely lady I had met earlier would occasionally come over and give me a little attention. But by this point I was completely absorbed in politic discussions. Apparently, British politics had somehow become more important. Eventually I realized I needed some late night food before going to bed. One of the service ladies helped me ordering something on Bolt I think it was Grab actually. And I ended the evening with Panang chicken and Coke. After that, I was done. Luckily, my bed wasn't exactly far away. I actually had a really good night at Maggie May Resort. I met a really lovely woman. I had a great evening and somehow made a new friend who I still message occasionally whenever something interesting happens in European politics, that is. Definitely not the evening I expected when I checked in, but those are usually the nights that make the best stories. And remember, if you have your own Pattaya story that you would like me to tell on this channel, send it to me in an email. Maybe your story will be in the next one.